Well, unlike a lot of people I knew at the time who were committed Christians, my view was that I wanted to go wherever I thought the evidence was leading me. I wasn't going to go simply where I wanted to go, but if it looked like the evidence took me one direction, I wanted to follow that. And as I studied the Bible, I learned Greek, and I started reading the New Testament in Greek, and then I learned Hebrew and I started reading the Old Testament in Hebrew, and I started finding discrepancies and errors, mistakes, contradictions, and at a point I just realized that trying to reconcile all these was not really satisfactory intellectually. And so I realized that my faith that the Bible was the inerrant word of God with no mistakes of any kind was just factually wrong. And I decided, it's better to believe something that's true than something that's false. And this seems to me to be a false belief. And so I left evangelical Christianity for that reason.
Tying back into the triumph of Christianity, let me toss this out. Christianity, I've talked to some anthropologists, and they've been talking about the evolution of Christianity. Like if you were to practice the sort of Joel Osteen, seeker-friendly, we like the Bible, but we don't preach a ton of the Bible. We're not necessarily even Bible literalist. If you tried that kind of Christianity even a few centuries ago, you might have been put to death for doing so, right? I mean, the types of Christianity people practice over the last 2 millennia has really changed, which might help to explain how its longevity.
Yeah, that's interesting. It certainly has changed. I mean, you compare Joel Osteen to, someone like a pope in the 12th century. It doesn't look like it's the same religion at all. And it absolutely is true that Christianity, the kind of Christianity that is succeeding today, is far less doctrinaire and insistent on absolute biblical revelation truth. I mean, that's kind of going on in the back of the minds of a lot of these people, but it's not really what their religion is all about.
I like the Bible, but I don't know if there was necessarily a Noah or a flood. I mean, we see a lot of people who are not Bible literalists, and yet they own a Bible. They say they believe the Bible. They embrace the Bible. It is the cornerstone, the foundational book of Christianity. And so I wonder, are we seeing the evolution of a religion over the years,
Well, I wonder that too. And, I think religion does have to change with the times or else it dies out. And it's interesting that in American Christianity, the kinds of Christianity that are successful are this kind of conservative Christianity with a kind of a conservative social agenda. And the kind that's losing out is the liberal Christianity with a fairly liberal Christian agenda, which just doesn't seem to be attracting huge numbers of people these days. So that mainline Christian denominations, the Methodists, the Lutherans, the Presbyterians, they're all losing members hand over fist.